Hello, and welcome to episode 127 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. My channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I'll be reviewing a favorite of mine, Tempest. Tempest was released in 1980 by Atari. My first time playing this game was at Laredo Lanes in Chicago, Illinois. Tempest is a space shooter game in which you control your blaster with a rotary dial and two buttons, one for fire and one for super zapper. You need to destroy a constant invasion of enemies that will attack you in a 3D type tunnel. Tempest was the first game to be released in full-color vector graphics. You control a C-shaped blaster that will travel on the outside of the tunnels. You need to move your blaster into position to line up with one of the tunnel alleys to shoot the enemies that will be traveling down them. Your blaster will actually have 8 positions per alley. Position movements are quick enough that it won't affect your gameplay because it'll actually make it easier to control your blaster, because it doesn't matter which position you're in, you will fire down the center of the alley. Your blaster can shoot up to 5 shots at a time. Holding the fire button down will allow you to have rapid fire. Once a shot either reaches the end of the tunnel or hits an enemy, you can immediately shoot another shot. The game begins with the level select screen. You will be able to choose between levels 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, although management has the option to allow you to begin on a higher level based on the high score. Once you choose your level, the gameplay will begin. Level 1 will take place in a circular tunnel. At the inner end of the tunnel will be a series of red dots. These dots will represent the enemies you will face during the level. One by one, enemies will begin emerging from the center of the playfield. The first level will consist of only red X-shaped enemies called flippers. These flippers will slowly advance down the alleys of the tunnel as well as shoot fireballs at your blaster. You can shoot these fireballs to protect your blaster, although you will not earn any points for doing so. The flippers will remain in the same alley until they reach the end of the tunnel. Once the flippers reach the end of the tunnels, they will begin flipping from alley to alley, trying to capture your ship. If one of the flippers catches your ship, it will take it back to the center of the tunnel, costing you a life. You're able to shoot the flippers when they are at the end of the tunnel by shooting it just before it flips into your lane. You also have an ultimate weapon against the enemies. By pressing the super zapper button, all enemies in the alleys around the edge of the tunnel will be destroyed. The enemies will be destroyed one at a time, although they will all be destroyed within 3/4 of a second. The order of destruction will be random, so it is possible to lose a life after you press the super zapper button. You'll have the use of the super zapper twice during each level, although the second time you use it, only one enemy will be destroyed. The super zapper will recharge every time you clear a level. The level will end when either you shoot all the enemies or all the flippers reach the end of the tunnel. Once you clear each level, your blaster will fly down the tunnel on the alley you were in when you cleared the level. You are able to change alleys while traveling down the tunnel. After your blaster reaches the end of the tunnel, you will travel through hyperspace until you reach the next tunnel. The second level will play similarly to the first, although the flippers will change alleys while advancing in the tunnel. The tunnel will now be square-shaped. Other than those changes, the level will play the same as level 1. Level 3 will take place on a plus-shaped tunnel. For level 3, you will face a new enemy. The new enemy will be a purple-colored diamond called a tanker. The tanker will slowly advance up the alleys. Shooting a tanker will cause it to break into 2 flippers. The tanker will also become 2 flippers when it reaches the end of the tunnel. Level 4 will take place on a bow-tie-shaped tunnel. This level will introduce a new enemy. This enemy will be a green spiral-shaped enemy called a spiker. Spikers will travel partially up and down the alleys of the tunnel. As the spikers move up the alleys, they will leave a spike in the center of the alley. Shooting the spikes will shorten them as well as award you extra points. You must shoot the spikers while they are moving toward you, because when they return, the spike will intercept your shots, although it is possible to shorten the spikes enough to be able to hit the spikers. Once you clear this and the following levels, you will need to make sure the alley you are on is clear of spikes before you travel inward, because if you hit a spike, your ship will explode and you will lose a life. You will receive a warning to avoid spikes, and you will get about 1 second to either shoot down the spikes or move to an alley with no spikes before you begin traveling down the alley. Level 7 will be the last level that you will receive the avoid spikes warning, and after that you will immediately fly down the alleys as soon as the level is completed. Once you reach level 11, you will face another new enemy, the fuse ball. The fuse ball will be asterisk shaped. Each line of the fuse ball will be a different color. The colors will be red, blue, yellow, green, and purple. You need to shoot these enemies before they reach the edge of the tunnels, because once they are there, they are invincible. There will be 16 different shaped tunnels in all. The shapes included will be circle, square, plus sign, bow tie, stylized cross, triangle, clover, V, step shaped like a V, U, flat line, lily pad, 8-point star, W, upside down mountain, and the infinity symbol. The level shaped like the V, U, and flat line will not be closed, but will have ends on both the left and right sides, making it harder to evade the enemies. The infinity symbol will be a unique tunnel due to the crossover in the center of it. When you are on the right side of the tunnel, your blaster will be on the outside of the tunnel just like before, although when your blaster crosses onto the left side of the tunnel, it will be on the inner side of the tunnel. The blaster will still shoot down the tunnel normally. In addition to your blaster moving on the inside of the tunnel, the flippers will now move on the outside of the tunnel on the left side. Other than that, the other enemies will act normally. Once you clear level 16, the levels will repeat with faster and more enemies. In addition, there will be a new color scheme. Now the tunnels and borders will be red, your blaster will be green, the flippers will be purple, the tankers will be blue, and the spikers will be cyan. Beginning on level 17, you will face a new enemy, the pulsars. The pulsars are yellow and will alternate between a straight line and a zigzag line. The pulsars have the ability to electrify an entire alley. When the alley is electrified, the wall edges will change to green. If your blaster is in one of these alleys when it is electrified, your blaster will explode, costing you a life. The outer edge of the tunnel will disappear anytime a pulsar is in that lane. When the pulsars are in the form of a straight line, you are safely able to be in that alley, although when the pulsars are in their zigzag form, you cannot be in that alley. The pulsars will act similarly to the flippers, although when they reach the edge of the tunnel, they will return back inward. Once you reach level 33, the color scheme will change once again. The tunnel will now be yellow, your blaster will be blue, the flippers will be green, the tankers will be cyan, the spikers will be red, and the pulsars will be purple. In addition to the new colors, you'll have two new types of tankers. Although they look similar, there will be a symbol on the inside of the new tankers. The first new tanker will have a 4-colored cross in the center of it. When you shoot one of these tankers, or if it reaches the edge of the tunnel, a fuse ball will emerge from it. The second new tanker will have a purple zigzag in the center of it. When you shoot one of these tankers, or when it hits the edge of the tunnel, a pulsar will appear. Once you reach level 49, the color scheme will change once again. The tunnels will now be cyan, your blaster will now be blue, the flippers will now be green, the tankers will now be purple, the spikers will now be red, and the pulsars will now be yellow. Once you reach level 65, you will reach the hardest visual levels of the game. The tunnels will now be black or invisible, your blaster will be yellow, the flippers will be red, the tankers will be purple, the spikers will be green, and the pulsars will be cyan. Once you reach level 81, you will have the final color change of the game. The tunnels will now be green, your blaster will be red, the flippers will be yellow, the tankers will be purple, the spikers will be blue, and the pulsars will be cyan. Level 96 will be the Infinity Tunnel, although when you clear it you will not have a color change. Levels 97 and 98 will have the circle and the square tunnels respectively, and once you reach level 99 you will face the hardest difficulty with number and speed of enemies. Also when you reach level 99, the order of the tunnels will now be random as well as a new twist. Anytime you lose a life, it is possible you will have a different shaped tunnel. Scoring for the game is as follows. You'll earn between 1 and 3 points for shooting each spike, 50 points for each spiker, 100 points for each tanker, 150 points for each flipper, 200 points for each pulsar, and either 250, 500, or 750 points for each fuse ball. You will earn bonus points for beginning on the later levels. You will earn 6,000 points for beginning on level 3, 16,000 points for beginning on level 5, 32,000 points for beginning on level 7, and 54,000 points for beginning on level 9, although you will only earn the bonus when you complete the level. If you continue on a higher level, you'll earn even more points. You'll earn 74,000 points for beginning on level 11, 94,000 points for beginning on level 13, 114,000 points for beginning on level 15, 134,000 points for level 17, 152,000 points for level 20, 170,000 points for level 22, 188,000 points for level 24, 208,000 points for level 26, 226,000 points for level 28, 248,000 points for level 31, 266,000 points for level 33, 300,000 points for level 36, 340,000 points for level 40, 382,000 points for level 44, 415,000 points for level 47, 439,000 points for level 49, 472,000 points for level 52, 531,000 points for level 56, 581,000 points for level 60, 624,000 points for level 63, 656,000 points for level 65, 766,000 points for level 73, and 898,000 points for level 81. Level 81 will be the highest level you can begin at. I really enjoyed playing this game and would recommend playing it, especially if you can find it in an arcade setting, since emulation isn't spot on since it isn't played on a vector monitor. I like this game more than Checkman, but not as much as Robotron 2084, so Tempest warps its way into the 48th position overall. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you'd like me to review, please leave a message below or on my homepage. Please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to new videos every Sunday.